Okay, so this isn't something I normally do. I've been wanting to do this for actually a while, since the FNAF movie. But I just got back from seeing the Minecraft movie, and I wanted to do a thoughts video. Um, I always thought that would be something kind of interesting. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to take my like film critiquing to any serious degree, because what I'm about to say is about to go against the majority in terms of what I thought. And what I thought was that the movie was like pretty fucking good, all things considered. Um, oh, okay, let me walk in. So I didn't want to just sit here and yap with like a black screen, so I figured I would just play some Better Than Wolves. So let me like go over my thoughts, like what I thought was good, what I thought was bad. I actually want to start with the bad first, because I think there's less of it, actually, interestingly enough. Again, I'm going against the grain here. I want to go over like my background. Obviously, I'm fucking playing an insanely hard version of Minecraft right now. So to get this out of the way, I'm like a massive Minecraft fan. If you like know anything about me, you know that. I don't think that's hard to figure out. So I went into this movie, all things considered, with like bar low expectations, like piss low, like on the floor. Like I'm low key stepping in it right now. It was on the floor. Um, yeah, I saw the reviews. I actually have it downloaded, that like a leaked version of like the movie, or an early version of the movie like leaked, and I watched like the first like 30 seconds of it so I can like ensure that like it was actually like a leaked version of the movie and not like, I don't know, porn or something, but like it was real. I'm gonna watch that tonight, like the full thing, because apparently it's different. This I will. I'll get into spoilers. Like I'll mention it when it's spoiler time. By the way, so I'll like make that clear. But I went in like pretty low. I saw the reviews saying that like it was kind of like dookie dog shit. And so I went in expecting like dookie dog shit. And to like an extent, I could see why people didn't like this movie if you're not like an insane Minecraft fan. Like, this movie was a lot of like, oh, point at the screen, like Jack Black, Minecraft Steve said, "Enderpearl, Jack and Jockey, Flint and Steel." Like that's the entire movie is like Jack Black pointing at things and being, and then the audience is like, "Oh my God, he said the thing, what?" But like beyond that, like the movie tried to tell a message that like I resonate with, like I get it. It's like, oh, like, embrace creativity, like don't like be bound within the walls of your environment. Like, like do if you have a gift, do what you can with it, right? Like if they were gonna make a Minecraft movie, I think it was pretty obvious that they were gonna go for something like that. Like I was talking to my buddy Lucas in the car on the way back. Like the biggest inspiration I could see was like the Lego Movie, which is like an absolutely fucking fantastic like kids movie. Like that's the defense a lot of people give this movie, is that it's a kids movie. But I'll get into that. So you got Jack Black as Steve. Um, I think like from a like actual like progression of the story. Again, I won't get into specifics like right now. Um, it was like okay, like you could see in the trailer, like obviously there's like a big final like fight, like there is in like every movie like this. And my biggest gripe with like the actual active storytelling in the movie was that final scene just like showed up. Like the best way I can describe it is like in the Lego Movie. Like it felt like there was like a real build up to like the climax, like the final like fight. It felt like they were leading up to it, and like when it happened, it was like impactful, and it didn't drag on for too long, but it also wasn't like really short. Like this movie's like final like climax is like really short. The pacing also sometimes is a bit weird. Like there were scenes where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go do this thing," and like you expect there to be like a preparation phase, or like, oh, like explaining what that thing is. Like they definitely did bank on people knowing what was up with Minecraft. Like an example I'll give, and it's in the trailer, so I don't mind mentioning it now, is like they talk about the Woodland Mansion. And like they just say it. They're like, we need to get to the Woodland Mansion, and then they're like, we need a map to the Woodland Mansion, and like they never get one. So I thought that was gonna be like a whole thing. I'm like, oh, we gotta travel to the Woodland Mansion, but like no, they just like say, we need to go to the Woodland Mansion, and then the next cut is them at the Woodland Mansion. Like okay, like yeah, sure, like okay. I'm trying to think, like, but yeah, the final scene, like, I was expecting something like, big and impactful. I was expecting like an epic, like a Minecraft sword fight, and like that, like, kinda happens, but like not really. So I was left a little disappointed in that regard, if I'm being for real on God. That's always my favorite part of these movies. Like when I was thinking about it, like Sonic 3 had like a fantastic build up and absolutely fantastic like final climax, like that fight with Shadow and Sonic punches him so hard he's on the moon, and then Live and Learn starts playing, and it's fantastic. Like, Sonic 3 had its own problems with the pacing, like randomly cutting to like Gerald and like spanking Dr. Robotnik. Like, I don't know, like it was stupid, but like it made up for it, where this movie is like stupid and sometimes it doesn't quite make up for it. So I would say that like people were saying that the characters were like super underdeveloped and like completely flat, and like I don't think they were like completely flat characters. Like, I wouldn't say any of them learned like a valuable lesson. Like none of them like dynamically changed. They're just they have these like beliefs about like, oh, who they are and this creativity that the world sees as stupid, and they begin to doubt themselves, and then like they go to the Minecraft world, and they're like their views on themselves are like justified. So it's not like they changed. They just like learned to accept who they were. It would be different if they had started off like how the main villain is, who's like, oh, anti-creativity or whatever, and then they change it to like creative people. But like it's different than that, and like I don't think this movie needed like insane characters. Like, did anybody really give a shit? Like okay, like I know the whole point is like make them give a shit about these characters, and like obviously the only character anybody gave a shit about going into this was Steve, which again is like completely fair. Like, he's the only character that we know, and he's also like, we've been attached to this like avatar that we all see ourselves through, and that's what Steve in the movie is Steve is an avatar for what, that's why it's called a Minecraft movie and not the Minecraft movie, because these characters are supposed to be avatars for like your personal story with the game, because Minecraft has no story, right? Like, you see me doing what I'm doing right now, I'm not talking to characters or like plotting a heist. I'm making my own story, I'm doing my own thing, I'm playing the game the way that I want to, especially with mods. I saw like an interview with like Jens, who's the guy who like does everything. He like the guy who does everything. He's like the director on Minecraft right now after they like fucking ended Notch's life via like firing Squad. He was like, oh, like Henry, like the little boy, like the main character besides Steve, is like, he's the modder, like he makes the world like however he wants, and it's like he doesn't abide by the rules of the game, which is like, is true, because you see him make these things and use these tools that like aren't in the base game, and then Steve is like, wow, like I've never seen that before, like how did you do that? But like he did that like once, like that happened one time. Like, I don't know if that's like what they were going for, like this big like thing, but like I don't know, it was like kind of goofy. Oops. So I guess now I'll get into like actual like story stuff. Movie opens with like Steve, and he's like it's kind of funny, like I think like the way that it opens is he's like a guy, like, and he like works like a retail job, and he like really wants to mine. Like, I yearn for the mines. So then he goes and he finds the mine, and then he crafts, and then he ends up in the Minecraft world, and he like kind of masters it, and he becomes like a player of the game, right? And then these other guy, like, he like gets captured by like the piglins or whatever, and then like he gets freed, and it's like it's kind of like Nothing Burger, but again, like I think it would have been cool if they took this like seriously, like if they did like a Lego movie, like with real characters with like depth, and there's like this world here that feels like lived in. And it's interesting. People talk about like, oh, like fictional worlds need to feel lived in, and the world feels like lived in, but like fictional, like artificially. But I think that's kind of the point, because like the world wasn't lived in until Steve showed up, and then like, I mean, I guess the villagers, but like, okay, whatever. It's like, yeah, like sure, like I'll believe it. I think they could have done a better job with it. A lot of these things, they were fine. Like, I don't think they were actually like deplorable, like terrible. I just think they could have done better with it, which like a lot of movies can say. I think the people that are like, wow, this is like unapologetic, like absolute dog shit, like, I wouldn't even use like the It's a Kids movie defense. Like, my entire theater was like teenagers, like other than like a couple of kids who sat next to us. Like, that entire theater was just like kids who grew up with the game. There were adults in that theater. Granted, we saw like a 9:45 p.m. showing, so like I'm sure there were people who like went earlier in the day, like with their kids, right? But like it was fine. Like, it was a fun movie. Again, like, one of the promotional materials was like, turn your brain off and have fun, and it's like, that was a thing, like, that doesn't really happen to me during movies where, like, my brain, like, actively, like, turns off, and, like, that happened, and I think that that's interesting that that happened during this movie. Like, they literally say, like, oh, like, turn your brain off and enjoy the movie. Also, I'm gonna fuck you, guy. But, like, that typically doesn't happen, and it did, and I think that's interesting. Like, the movie almost, like, conditioned me to, like, not give a shit, which is, like, weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Again, that's, like, never happened. So, it's an interesting feeling, like, with this movie. Like, this is a movie I've wanted since, like, I was, like, I as far back as I can remember, wanting a live-action Minecraft movie. Like, are you kidding me? And, like, it isn't quite how I would have done it. Like, I'm not a movie director, so I don't know, like, shit from fuck. But again, like, I feel like it was kind of hard to screw this up. And they really didn't screw it up. They just didn't give it its, like, full potential. Like, a Minecraft movie could have been an absolutely insane deal. It could have been a Lego movie. Like, I really think it could have been a Lego movie. That's, like, my biggest, like, thing, is that had they just, like, and of course I don't mean, like, do it, like, verbatim, but, like, had they done a Lego movie with this, I think it would have, like, everybody's opinion would have been different. So I'm back into we'll get into, like, real story stuff. So like I said, they go to the Woodland Mansion, they do the thing, and there's this really cool scene with an Enderman, and like that's some stuff where they, like, took creative liberty, and, like, it worked. Like, they take some creative liberty. It's not Minecraft 1-to-1, and a lot of people are gonna get scared by that, but, like, it's done, like, well. Like, none of it feels like, oh wow, they really, like, diverted from the source material here. Like, it's, like, real shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, BS. Like, they don't spit in the face of these guys. Like, a lot of these video game movies feel like they were, like, Pixels, like, was making fun of like, this whole thing. And, like, I'm not gonna be here to, like Grums on Twitter and be like, don't make fun of gamers. Like, we are very serious. It's just, like, again, like, the biggest way I can describe it is, like, it was just, like, fine. Like, it was fun. Like, oh my god, we were hysterical. Not because of the actual movie. It's just, like, our entire theater, like, erupted. But it, like, and I think the reason why it worked is because it was incredibly game accurate when it, like, was trying to be game accurate. So you could tell this was made by people who played it. It wasn't made by people who explained what Minecraft was. And I saw somebody say, this movie feels like it was written by people who only explained what Minecraft was. And I disagree with that, because, like, there was a scene where this one was the one that especially got me. There's a scene where it's like they're like in a room of, they're like a dark room, and you hear, like, the creepers, and you're like, oh, and Steve is like, oh shit, like, we must be like in my creeper farm, and I'm like, that's interesting, because I don't think that's something that, like, Mojang themselves, like, would ever, like, bring up, like, a creeper farm. Like, that's kind of like cheating the game. You know, it's all, like, some people consider that cheating. Like, I consider that, I don't consider that cheating. I consider it, like, cheesing. Like, obviously that's not the way the game is meant to be played. But Steve brings it up because, of course, Steve is going to have a creeper farm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that just, like, makes sense. And, like, I don't think that anybody who was just, like, casually explained, like, what Minecraft is would, like, ever pick up on that. And in that same scene, they're doing, like, a railway, right? There's, like, a rail, and it's like, oh shit, like, they broke my redstone. And, like, every single powered rail, right? There's, like, a powered rail, and there's a redstone torch next to it. Like, even, like, well after that scene is, like, ending, it's like there's just attention to detail here that, again, I think is, like, maybe clouding my vision. Like, maybe I'm part of the problem. Like, okay, like, we get it. It's a Minecraft movie. They know shit about Minecraft. Like, big deal. And, like, I get where people are coming from, like, when they say that. So it's like, it's not completely unfounded. Again, I could see why people wouldn't like it. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not saying this is, like, a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I think I would give it, like, a 7 out of 10. For reference, I would give FNAF a 9 out of 10. I would give Mario an 8 out of 10. I would give Mario an 8 out of 10. I would give Sonic a 9 out of 10. I would give FNAF a 9 out of 10. Movies that I give 10 out of 10 is, like, the Batman, like Spider-Verse, like, stuff like that. I'm trying to think more. Oh, the Jennifer Coolidge stuff. People were saying, like, oh, the Jennifer Coolidge bits are, like, the best part of this movie. Like, actually carried the movie. And, like, in my opinion, there were like 3 scenes with Jennifer Coolidge and the Villager. Like, yeah, they were funny, but they do. It's like the same bit 3 times, and it's like, okay, like it's funny, and like it didn't overstay its welcome at all. It was very quick, but people were like, "This is the best part of the movie," and I'm like, "Did you even like want to watch the movie at that point?" Like, literally, like it's maybe a total of like 5 minutes of like screen time, and like they do the same bit. Oh my god, like your head is huge, like you're such a good listener, villager, and then he goes like, and then that's it, and then everybody claps, and then your girlfriend is there, and then Obama shows up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what? Like, I don't think it was funny. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't. It's just like, was that the best part of the movie? Like, no. What would I say is the best part of the movie? Like, it's kind of hard to say. I would say probably the Woodland Mansion bit was probably the best, and the opening was really good with Steve just like Minecrafting. There's like a line in the movie where Steve is like, "First we mine and then we craft. Let's Minecraft." Like they actually like did the bit where it's like they just did like the bit where you say the name and it's like, okay, like it's funny. Like again, Jack Black and Jason Momoa, I can't believe I haven't brought up that guy yet. Like they're hilarious. Like they're funny, but like it's like ironic funny. Like it's not like, oh wow, like the Lego movie was like satirical and like it was like well written, but this is like they just like say shit and it's like funny because like it's Jack Black, like he's just like a fat dude and he's like, "I am Steve." Like it's stupid, but like it works. And again, I'm not saying that I think that this movie gets a pass because it's a kids movie and that they shouldn't have done anything serious with it. People are like, "Oh, Minecraft doesn't have a story," and I think I think that's wrong. I think Minecraft absolutely like has a story. It's just not told to you through like dialogue. Like there's like the ancient builder race and shit like that, which like yeah is like kind of all game theory, like Minecraft dungeon slop. But like I think if they were gonna do something with the build up that they've been doing for the last 5 years of like with these spin-offs and like they kind of did with like the Nether stuff. Like in this game, like the Nether isn't like it's a hostile environment. It's hell, but it's like the piglins aren't like evil and like trying to take over the overworld like they are in all the games. So I think that that's like a narrative that they're like trying to push. And like again, I can't stress enough how game accurate it is. Like they do like zombified piglins and like they talk about like they take some liberties. Spoilers. There's this part where they say, "Oh, if you go into the overworld, you'll become zombified," which is true. That's really in the game. And they're like, "Oh, but if you drink this potion of nether wart, then that won't happen." That completely is like fine with me. That's a liberty that they took to explain something, and that's like completely fine. Like, I think that there are video game movies that do way worse shit than that, and it's like it doesn't. Like yeah, it's like fine. Like I think like Sonic movie, for example, like Sonic is like an alien from like a different planet, which is like, yeah, I guess like that's stupid. Like why didn't they just do it like that he's from Mobius? And like maybe he is, and we just don't know yet. But like. Again, like, I think that the creative liberties that they took with this were fine. I think they did okay with what they were given. And the execution was, like, fun and stupid. Like, did you want anything more than that? Again, like, I want to say that. I want to say, like, did you want anything more than that? And they could have done more with it. But what they did do with it was funny. And it was game accurate. And that's, like, really my biggest ask. Was that it was, like... It was game accurate, and, like, that's all I can ask for, right? Again, except for, like, a half-decent story. But, like, that's, like, fine. Like, you can tell I'm, like, conflicted. Because, like, on one hand, like, I really think they could have done something, like, really interesting with it. But they didn't. And I wasn't expecting them to, obviously. I shouldn't say obviously, because, I think, again, they totally could have. But they didn't. Big whoop. Shit happens. Cry about it. I'm trying to think like closing thought. Oh, the post-credit scene is fucking hilarious. Again, big spoilers. It's Alex. Like, Steve, like, knocks on his door. Or on her door. And he's like, "Hello, I used to live at this house when I was from the overworld." Like, it's like in the real world. And she's like, "Oh, like, do you want to come inside? My name is Alex." And then he's like, "Oh, Alex." Like, he, like, says it, like, twice. It's just, like, goofy, and it's like, okay, what else did they do with a Minecraft movie post-credit scene? Like, that's hilarious. Like, it's poking fun at itself. In no way did they think in the writers' room, like, "Oh my god, the fans are gonna go nuts over the Alex reveal." And, like, everybody went nuts over the Alex reveal. because like why would they do that in literally any other way, and like they did it, so it's like, okay, that's like cool. They knew exactly what we wanted in that case, I guess. CGI was fine. There were some moments where the green screen was like there's like a scene where they're like very obviously like running in place, and then like the background is moving behind them. There weren't a lot of like, this is gonna sound stupid, there weren't a lot of like zombies and skeletons. Like I was kind of expecting more of that. They do that for like a bit at the beginning. That was like a powerful, like strong scene at the beginning of the, like towards the beginning of the movie, when like they're surviving their first night. Like that's like a thing from the games, like, oh, like survive your first night, right? It's like a big deal in some respects, I would say. But yeah, again, it's like, I hate to say it's like whatever, because like this is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal for me. But it was just like fun, and it was stupid, and I'm sure I'll go see it again. Am I gonna go see it like five times? Am I gonna go see it 5 times? No. I'll probably see it one more time, maybe 2. Depends on the group I go see it with. I know I want to go see it with my one buddy Brandon. Maybe I'll go see it with people back home if it's still in theaters. But yeah, it was fun, and it was stupid, and I would say my biggest disappointment is that the end credits scene wasn't Revenge, or the end credits song wasn't Revenge, because in the test, like in the unfinished version that leaked, it was, and that had my like hopes insanely up. I think I would have like cried if it was fucking Revenge. That would have been absolutely ridiculous. But it wasn't. Shit happens. This run is like dead as hell, by the way. Not that anybody's paying attention to my Better Than Wolves run right now, but like this sucks like real bad. This spawn is terrible. There's no cows. There's no string. Probably just gonna leave this one. And with that, I will leave this review. I've been yapping about the Minecraft movie for 22 minutes. I think I've said all the things I want to say about the movie. Sequel potential, apparently, maybe lock the fuck in. I don't really know what they would do. I guess there's no end. There's no Ender Dragon. Like, I think that's kind of confusing. Like, I get why. I think if the movie was longer, they could have fit it. It was like an hour and a half, I think. Like, I don't see why they couldn't have done like a 2-hour movie. It's like not too much to ask for out of like a kids movie. Like I know a lot of kids movies are on the shorter side. Like I think Mario was like 90 minutes, which is an hour and a half. I think it was an hour and 40. The tagline is reminding me. There's like a scene where a wolf pops up, and my friend next to me turned to me and he went, "Oh my god, is he better than wolves?" Which is the name of the map pack. You simpletons wouldn't understand what Better Than Wolves is. But yeah, I mean, like, it was fun, and, like, I'm still laughing about it, like, but, like, unironically. Like, it was just, like, it was a Minecraft movie. Like, we have a Minecraft movie. It's just, like, interesting to see this stuff, like, in a different way than, like, we have for the last 15 years. Like, that's kind of ridiculous to think about. Like, I was 3 when Minecraft, like, came out, right? Like, I don't think it was 1.0, but, like, one of the first betas, right? I, like, vividly remember, like, as, like, a primary schooler, sitting in bed and, like, imagining my own Minecraft movie. Like, and it was live action. It was, like, pretty similar. Like, the kids, I remember, like, my version of it, like, they found a command block in real life, and they, like, teleport into the game. Like, in this movie, Minecraft, like, isn't a video game. And, like, I kind of was expecting them to do that. Like, oh, like, Minecraft is a video game, and the kid plays a video game. I was expecting that, but I didn't want it, and it didn't happen. I'm very glad that it wasn't like that. I think that would have been too on the nose. If in, like, a perfect world, I think it would have been cool if there was no overworld. Like, there was no real world. This was entirely in the Minecraft world. They don't spend any time getting there. That's a thing. There's barely any build-up to the Minecraft world. Like, it's, like, actually a minute before you see it, and, like, C418 Minecraft is playing. Oh, that's the thing, the music. They only play C418 Minecraft and Pigstep, which, like, Pigstep is cool to see. And they play Minecraft in, like, a couple different places. Like, you can hear the motif or whatever. But there's also, like, a different motif that plays that's completely original. And I'm just like, why? Like, like, it's, like, perfect in, like, every spot that it was in anyway. So, like, I don't know why that wasn't, like, the default. And, like, there could have been more Minecraft music in it. But there wasn't. There were a lot of musical numbers that kind of waste a lot of time. Jack Black like sings about his dog for like probably not 5 minutes, like 2 minutes, and it's just like, okay, like maybe use this time for like character development. That's not something I've ever really like given much of a shit about in like a movie, but it would have been nice to see, I guess. But yeah, it was good. 7.8 out of 10. Too much singing from Jack Black. But when he said chicken Jackie, that shit was so fucking funny, dude. And then he turns himself into a